Join me as I take on my biggest fears and push through them with the power of motivation. Fear is a feeling that we're all too familiar with. It's a universal human emotion that can creep up on us at any moment, holding us back from achieving our true potential. But here's the thing. Just because we feel fear doesn't mean we have to let it control us. We have the power to overcome it, to push past it, and to emerge stronger on the other side. One of the most common fears that people face is the fear of failure. This fear can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking risks and pursuing our dreams. We're afraid of not being good enough, of not meeting expectations, or of simply not succeeding. Another fear that's closely related is the fear of rejection. This fear can be debilitating, causing us to hesitate when it comes to putting ourselves out there, whether it's asking someone out on a date, applying for a job, or sharing our work with the world. And then there's the fear of public speaking, which can be a major obstacle for many of us. This fear can hold us back from sharing our ideas, expressing ourselves, and connecting with others. These fears can be overwhelming, but they don't have to define us. We have the power to face them head-on, to push past them, and to come out on top. The fear of failure can be especially crippling for creatives, entrepreneurs, and anyone who's trying to make a name for themselves in their industry. We're afraid that our work won't be good enough, that we'll be rejected, or that we'll fail miserably. But the truth is, failure is an essential part of the learning process. Every successful person has experienced failure at some point in their journey. The key is to learn from our mistakes, to pick ourselves up, and to keep moving forward. For example, J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, was rejected 12 times before one publisher finally agreed to publish her book. Can you imagine if she had given up after the first rejection? Many of us are also held back by the fear of what others will think of us. We're afraid of being judged, criticized, or ridiculed. But the truth is, we can't control what others think of us. All we can control is how we react to their opinions. We can choose to let their words define us, or we can choose to rise above them and focus on our own path. For instance, when I first started creating content online, I was terrified of what others would think of me. I was afraid of being criticized, ridiculed, or rejected. But I realized that I couldn't let fear hold me back. I had to focus on my message, my passion, and my purpose. So how can we overcome these fears and push past them? One technique that's been incredibly helpful for me is visualization. I close my eyes, take a few deep breaths, and imagine myself succeeding. I imagine myself giving a TED Talk, writing a best-selling book, or starting a successful business. Visualization helps me to focus on the end goal rather than getting caught up in the fear of failure. Another technique is positive affirmations. I write down positive statements about myself, such as, I am capable and confident, I am worthy of success, or I am strong and resilient. I repeat these affirmations to myself every day, especially when I'm feeling anxious or scared. Taking small steps outside of our comfort zone is also crucial when it comes to overcoming fear. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, start small by speaking up in a meeting, sharing your ideas with a friend, or recording a video of yourself speaking. The key is to take action, no matter how small, and to build momentum from there. We can also surround ourselves with supportive people who encourage and believe in us. Having a community of like-minded individuals can make all the difference when it comes to overcoming fear. I remember a time when I was terrified of speaking in front of a large crowd. I was asked to give a presentation to a group of over 100 people, and I was convinced that I was going to fail. I was afraid of being rejected, of being ridiculed, or of simply not being good enough. But I didn't let fear hold me back. I prepared extensively, visualized myself succeeding, and took small steps outside of my comfort zone. And you know what? I crushed that presentation. The feeling of accomplishment and pride that I felt after it was indescribable. I remember feeling an overwhelming sense of fear and anxiety before the presentation, but I didn't let it consume me. I focused on my message, my passion, and my purpose. I remembered why I was doing what I was doing, and I used that as fuel to push past my fears. The outcome was incredible, and it's a feeling that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. I realized that fear doesn't have to hold me back, and that I have the power to overcome it. So, what can you do to overcome your fears and push past them? Remember that it's a journey, not a destination. It takes time,